Although the Ozark Howler is believed to lurk only in the dense forests of the Ozark Mountains, there are disturbing new signs that the monster is migrating closer to more populated areas. In 2007, residents in the town of Forsyth, Missouri, began hearing an eerie and disturbing howl, the likes of which they'd never heard before.
The first time I heard it, I was walking my bloodhound after dark. Over the hill, I heard something that sounded like, whoo. This thing, whatever it was loud, it was focused, it was a big sound. I grew up here, grew up running in the woods, heard everything, you know, heard the coyotes, heard the foxes, an occasional wolf, all kinds of owls. It didn't sound like any of those things.
My wife is a singer, a professional singer, and she came in and told me, there's something out there that's holding a note longer than I can.
Steve and Sharon Robinson were not the only people in the neighborhood hearing the strange sounds. Their neighbor, Mary Caperton, also heard them.
I live just across the street from Steve and Sharon Robinson, and I could hear like a warble in the tone over and over. It was strange, it was bizarre. I'm not a fearful person by nature, but that evening, I thought, I don't think I want to go back across the street home by myself.
In order to better understand and hopefully capture the disturbing sounds they were hearing, Steve and Sharon set up a recording device outside their home.
We started recording the sounds from the woods.
We've got audio recordings of howls that no one can identify.
Next, they set out to photograph the creature.
We went to the store and got ourselves a game camera. And they came over here to this tree, fastened the game camera to it, pointed it right there, and turned it on.
Steve and Sharon believe that the audio recordings and still images they collected serve as compelling proof that there is an unknown creature lurking in their neighborhood. In an effort to identify just what it is, they reached out to Michael Richardson, who is the lead animal caretaker at the Wild Animal Safari in Stratford, Missouri. Michael has worked in the field of animal husbandry for 15 years and was intrigued by what Steve and Sharon described.
Being an avid outdoorsman, as well as working with exotic animals, you learn to listen to the different sounds that each animal from each region of the world can make. Well, hi, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Michael Richardson, nice to meet you.
I'm Steve.
Nice to meet you guys.
Boy, we got stuff to show you.
All right, well, I'm excited.
Come on in.
What we hope to do today is rule out that this may be a sound that is emitted from a creature that is indigenous here, like the mountain lion. All righty, guys. Well, I'd be really interested in hearing the audio file.
Sure. I got one right here. This one in particular will show you a graphic representation. I can't hear some little fine details sometimes, but I can see them when we get pinches and rises and shorts and that sort of thing.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to play this. You'll hear local dogs barking in response.
Okay.
What happens is, the longer they howl, the dogs become more and more intimidated.
So they respond to it. As
They're
it continues.
scared. It's using a kind of a Morse code. It's short and long. Here's a short one.
Morse code? Could the monster's howl be a form of communication with humans? Or could it be trying to reach out to some other entity?
It'll come up here and it'll be a couple of loud ones, and then it'll get a reply from far off.
And it's repetitive in nature like that?
Yeah, that's
Yep.
long.
It did sound like we were almost experiencing two going back and forth.
Exactly.
If the Ozark Howler is communicating, it would indicate there is more than one of its kind. There could be an entire population of howlers.
You had pointed out there was one nearest to you
Yes.
that was making the initial call.
That second one is very, very distant, and it was a different tone, slightly different lower note on the scale. We've heard as many as 3 at the same time, taking turns calling back and forth.
In the animal kingdom, when it applies to, say, like howler monkeys, they're going to have short spurts for different types of calls, alert calls to let them know that predators are in the area. And I'll be honest with you, Steve, we can't rule it out that this is not something that the world has never seen before as well.
But even more incredible than the Robinsons' audio recording of the Ozark Howler is another piece of evidence. They believe they have an actual photo of the Ozark Howler. Coming up,
I have one game camera picture, which has an unusual image.
I've been around exotic animals for 15 years. I can say it is nothing that I identify.
in Forsyth, Missouri, after presenting what they believe to be an actual audio recording of the legendary Ozark Howler's infamous howl,
There is definitely something there.
Sharon and Steve Robinson are about to show animal caretaker Michael Richardson what they believe to be photographic evidence of the fabled monster. After hearing chilling howls in the couple's backyard, Steve installed game cameras that were set to record any unusual or sudden motion.
And let's
Now,
see what you got.
it will appear right here. Popped out from behind the tree.
Oh, wow. Can you go back one?
I can.
There is definitely something there.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it.
Yeah, there's something there.
Looks like it was probably about 5-minute lapse time
Yeah.
in between pictures.
And he's behind that tree. You see he's pushing the sapling out by leaning against it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now I sharpened it up a little bit here. You can see that there are leaves. Now some people have said we're imagining this, that that's just leaves and our minds are making a picture out of it. So I took that and turned it to black and white and then tell the computer, find the edges of all the images in the picture. And here's the edge right here. There's what looks like an ear,
Sure enough.
the eye, the muzzle or nose right there, and this is what looks like the hand. But this is the outline of the creature. Here's the outline of the tree. So there's something there.
It looks like he's got his hand, to me.
It sure
looks
does, like
got
he's
it-
grabbing the side
yeah.
of the tree.
But if that's a hand, and presumably
paw.
that would be an elbow.
So what I really like about these pictures is the relevance it brings to the claim, because the other photograph before this from the game cam was taken from the same exact position and, around the same time of day. So we can rule out that it would be a bunch of leaves that were pushed to the side, or maybe the direction of the sun maybe changed the angle and could be adding shapes that could fool the mind. But what I really think is interesting is from the nose and the chin, it does likely resemble a cat. You know, being around the tigers at work, getting to see them from all angles and be around them each and every day, it does have that cat-like nose as well as that white, scruffy lower
Beard,
chin.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.